Rangers. Alright, what's up everybody? Peter Joseph here for video number 2 on your Friday, May the 24th, 2024. Thank you for watching on this Friday afternoon. Memorial Day weekend, the unofficial start of summer. Hope everybody has a great weekend. Be safe, be well at your barbecues or wherever you're going to be, on the beach. Be safe with those riptides and all that other good stuff. And enjoy some wrestling, some hockey tonight with Game 2 of the Eastern Conference Finals between the Rangers and the Florida Panthers. Panthers up 1-0. Rangers are in, might be in some deep doo-doo tonight if they lose. But game will be at 8 o'clock tonight on ESPN at the Garden, the Mecca. Hopefully the fans will be rocking the Garden tonight. But we shall see what happens with that. And I will be there. I'm pre-recording this in the afternoon. It's like 4 o'clock in the afternoon by the time you're watching this. So after this video, I will be gone. So when these videos actually are going to be on YouTube, they'll probably be sometime during, maybe before or during the game. So they'll be up by the time you watch the game and watch SmackDown tonight, which is taped. It's already been, spoilers already out. Got that. Check out my King and Queen of the Ring predictions over on my Shadow Slayer channel. Link will be down below in the gobbledygook, so you can watch it. There is spoilers in that video. I'm just letting you know now. So you don't want to listen to the spoilers? Then don't watch the video. But you're going to watch it anyway because you love me. And I love you too. And that's pretty much it. And we move on with all that. Rampage is coming up at 6 o'clock. By the time you see this, Rampage will be off the air. But we'll see what happens with all that. And Rampage at 6 tonight, and then the Countdown show at 7. So we got all that. Next week, Rampage is at 7 as well because of the playoffs for the NBA and the NHL, which might change. Who knows? We got that. Collision is tomorrow. There is a Collision tomorrow night at 8. But then next weekend at midnight, because of the Timberwolves and, I believe it's the Timberwolves and the Dallas Mavericks series, which I believe is 1-0 Dallas. I could be wrong on that, but we'll see what happens with that series. It could end by next week early if it's a sweep, or, if it goes to Game 5, who knows. But check your local listings, because Rampage and Collision could change by the middle of next week, but we'll see. But right now, Rampage next Friday night at 7 p.m., leading into, I guess, the NBA at 8, and SmackDown at 8 too. That's interesting. And then Collision next week at midnight. So, midnight wrestling next Saturday night into early Sunday morning at, that. Blah, 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 blah. Alright, so, yeah. Collision next week at midnight to 2 a.m. Oh, if you want to watch wrestling at midnight, you can do that. If not, then just DVR it, watch it in the morning on Sunday. And that's it, as we start the month of June. And that's pretty much it. And we move on with that. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, on this Friday afternoon, May the 24th, 2024, right here on the main channel, Killer of Demons 669 channel. I'm your host, Peter Joseph, anime content creator, talking about the wonderful world of sports, wrestling, because wrestling is a sport, and anything else I feel like talking about. You like it? Great. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and my other channels down below, inside of my goddamn pants, otherwise known as the screecher marks below. You can leave a comment on any one of my videos from the past to now, but don't leave stupid comments because you're going to be sent to hell, where you deserve to be, and you'll be blocked if you don't like it. Too bad. Don't forget to share the video all over the internet. Follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And don't forget to tap that bell, turn on all notifications so you don't miss the next one. If you miss anything, well, you're pretty much SOL, and you know what that means. And that's that. Alright, so on this Friday afternoon on video number 2, on your Friday, on Memorial Day weekend, it is time, ladies and gentlemen, for a combined video, as I am going to give you my TNA Impact Wrestling and Ring of Honor TV reviews for last night, May the 23rd, 2024, respectively on Access TV for TNA and Ring of Honor TV, or Ring of Honor Wrestling.com or RHWrestling.com, wherever you see Ring of Honor on Honor Club. That's pretty much it. Alright, so we're going to start with TNA this time. I usually start with Ring of Honor, but let's start with TNA this time. TNA, great show coming off of Rebellion. Now on the road to Against All Odds and then Slammiversary, the 22nd anniversary, 22 years of Impact. Who knew? But that's coming up in July. Right near the end of July, actually. Right around the time you might see Ring of Honor. That's Death Before Dishonor in July 26th. That's a Friday night. I think Slammiversary is a Saturday night. I could be wrong on that, but it is what it is. But Death Before Dishonor is from Arlington, Texas. Slammiversary, I believe, is in Montreal. Interesting. So we got that. But we're on the road to Against All Odds first. That's coming up pretty soon. And we got that. We'll see what happens with Moose and who his next challenger might be. And it might be a guy that's broken. But we'll see. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Alright, so these are the Kentucky tapings that were taped, I think it was right after, it was last weekend, actually. So we got that from Kentucky. We got that, so we're going to start that. And then we'll go on to whatever they're going to tape next. So anyway, we are emanating from the Megacorp Pavilion in, well, not anywhere like Lexington, but Newport. I don't know if that's even near Louisville, Kentucky, but anyway, we're emanating from Newport, Kentucky. Yep. Scared those people that day. So anyway, and our commentary team, as always, Tom Phillips, or Tom Hannafin, and Aiden English, Matthew Waywalt. And that's pretty much it. Alright, let's get into it. Let's not waste any time. I got places to be and people to do. Whatever. Anyway, alright, so we get the opening recap of Rebellion and last week's show. If you missed that, you get to see it. Well, the highlights, at least. Then we begin with the opening sequence. You know, we're going to cross that line on TNA Impact Wrestling last night. So, we start off with a tag team match, non-title match, as we have the system of the TNA Impact, tag team champions, Brian Myers and Eddie Edwards, with his wife Alicia Edwards at ringside. They take on the team of Broken Matt Hardy. Yes, wonderful, did it, as he teams up with Dolph Ziggler's brother, Ryan Nemeth, or the Hunk, Ryan Nemeth. Dolph still, I think, is injured after the beating he got from Moose and the system a couple weeks ago, right before Rebellion. I think it was at Rebellion or before Rebellion. I forget what it was. But anyway, we got that. 7-minute match. And it starts off with Matt Hardy, broken Matt Hardy, rolling up Eddie really quick for a fast 2 count. Knocks him down in the corner. Tags in the Hunk, Ryan Nemeth, who comes in but gets driven into the wrong corner. So he's getting worked on by the heels. Brian Myers comes in, and both of them take Ryan Nemeth down. And then we get a little rest period with a quick 1901 chinlock. Get that. Then a suplex for a near fall. But Ryan comes right back with a running DDT. But kind of like Dolph Ziggler's DDT, because you know why. But anyway. So then he gets the hot tag to Matt Hardy, finally, after a little while, because there was some he couldn't get to the corner and this and that, but he finally got to Matt Hardy. He comes in like a house of fire. grabs a double underhook neck crank. Interesting. On Eddie Edwards, but Brian Myers made the save. And then Eddie hits the backpack stunner. Goes for the backpack stunner or the whippersnapper elbow combo. That gets broken up. And then a twist of fate drops Eddie, and it looked like they're about to win the belts. Well, actually, not win the belts, but win the match. So, Eddie gets hit with the twist of fate, and then Ryan Nemeth comes off the top rope with a Ricky the Dragon Steamboat-like high cross body on Brian Myers. 1, 2, 3, they get the win, and it looks like they get a future title shot, because it's a non-title match, but possibly getting a title shot for those TNA Tag Team belts. And we'll see what happens with that. But decent match, not great. 2.5 out of 5 stars, and that's it. After the match, the System beat the, spoil sports, they beat the crap out of Matt Hardy and Ryan Nemeth. Moose comes out, the TNA Impact Champion, comes out to take out Matt Hardy. Remember that for later. And then Dolph Ziggler comes out from I don't know where and makes the save for his brother and for Mr. Matthew Hardy. And that's pretty much it. So, still the ever-growing storyline between Dolph Ziggler and Moose, the System, Matt Hardy, Ryan Nemeth now getting into it. It just keeps going, and then we'll see what happens from there. That's it. But 2.5 out of 5 stars for that. Ryan and Matt Hardy get the win. I'm going to see what happens with that. Alright, then we go to the back with the lovely Gia Miller. Oh, she is smoking hot. We have ABC, the former, 1,000-time former, TNA Impact champions, former X Division champions, I believe, as well. And that is ABC of Chris Bay and Ace Austin, the Bullet Club. Well, I don't know if they're still in the Bullet Club, but I just like saying that they're in the Bullet Club. Anyway, so in the back, they're not happy that they have to face each other. Well, they don't have to face each other, but they're not in the number 1 contenders match for the X Division title, which I believe is against Trey Miguel and I think it's Trey Miguel taking on his partner, not Zachary Wentz. I forget, but they're not in the number 1 contenders match to face Mustafa Ali for his X Division title. So they were pissed off about that, but they're still on the same page, or are they? So they might have to face each other to possibly get a X Division title shot. I think that match would be great. Both men are great. And if you haven't seen them, YouTube it. And that's pretty much it. We move on. As the sun goes right on my fucking face. He's an angel from above. Yeah, the angels are talking to me. Saying, Peter Gilmore's one god sexy man. Well, yeah, I know. And we get all that. And a bag of chips. Alright, so I gave that 2.5 out of 5 stars. So let's see what happens with ABC. And possibly trying to get a X Division title shot between them. And that's that. Let me move on with that. Alright, after that, let me just get my notes set up. Okay, here we go. Alright, then we go to Ryan and Nick Nemeth, Dolph Ziggler and his brother, and Broken Matt Hardy. They go into Santino Marella's office. Santino Marella. They go into his office. He thinks that Matt and Ryan deserve a tag team title shot. But Matt's like, no, I don't want that. So instead, Santino makes Matt the number 1 contender to Moose's world title. And gives the Nemeth Brothers the tag team title shot. Oh, I think we might see a title change at Against All Odds. And we're going to get Matt Hardy versus Moose for the TNA Impact World title. So I think we might see a triple, well, not triple, but we may definitely see title changes at Against All Odds. I think it might happen at Slammiversary, but we'll see what happens with that. I think the system may keep the belts till Slammiversary in July. But we got that. So that was a pretty good segment. Logically, everything seemed on the up and up. Matt Hardy gets his title shot that he wanted, even though Dolph Ziggler wanted that, because he had a big beef with losing at I believe it was Under Siege for the event before that, and that's that. So Dolph Ziggler, I think, may get the title shot at Slammiversary, maybe a stipulation match, but we'll see. And Dolph and his brother, I think, will beat Brian Myers and Eddie Edwards, become the new TNA Tag Team Champions, and another brother team winning those TNA Tag Team belts. I mean, the last one we saw was the Great Briscoe brothers, Mark and the man upstairs. You great man, you Jay Briscoe, reach for the sky, boy. You know, that guy. So we got that. So I think that's going to happen. The tag team titles will change hands at Against All Odds. As far as the world title, maybe they give it to Matt Hardy, and then him and Dolph Ziggler go at it for the world title, but we'll see what happens at Slammiversary. And that's pretty much it. Alright, so I gave that, again, I gave that 3 out of 5 stars, so that's it. Alright, there we go. Finally back to some wrestling action, because a little less talk and a lot more action on TNA wrestling. We move on. Alright, so we have more tag team action. So, tag team match, another tag team match. Match number 2, we have the Rascals of Trey Miguel and Zachary Wentz taking on the Sinner and the Saint. And I don't know who these guys are. Probably jobbers. But anyway, nothing came out of this. Almost a 4.5 minute match, which should have went less time. It looked like Sinner and Saint, I think, are like a local indie talent. So should have went a little bit less, but anyway, we get that. So it's also with Trey Miguel locking up with the Saint to start off. Then the Sinner comes in. It feels like freaking Butcher and the Blade. So the Sinner comes in to take Trey Miguel in the corner. Then the Saint comes back in. Nice tag team wrestling 1-on-1. I know the sun's in my face. It's getting in my eye. I'm sorry, because it's getting that time when the sun's getting to that angle in the sky. But anyway, blah 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 blah. So the Saint comes in, gets knocked down by Zachary Wentz for a standing shooting star press. The Saint gets right back up with a spinning shot to the face, which allowed the Sinner and Trey Miguel to come back in. They're like all 4 men in the ring. We get a stunner into a bridging German suplex for a near fall on Trey Miguel. But then Zachary Wentz comes back with a running stomp / backbreaker combo. Ouch. And they get the win 1, 2, 3, and that's pretty much it. Alright, so I gave that 2.5 out of 5 stars. And then after the match, Steve Maclin comes back out, and he's been going at the Rascals and lays them out again. He is on a, no pun intended, rampage. And that's pretty much it. That's it. Alright, I'm going to go like this because the sun's in my eye. But it is what it is. Alright, we got that. Then we go to the back with Steve Maclin says he's done with the Rascals. Yeah, right. And once Mike Santana, who he fought at, I think it was Rebellion, and Mike Santana won on his comeback match to TNA. So on cue, Mike Santana comes in and says, we can fight again next week on the program. Alright, so Maclin Santana 2 next week on TNA Wrestling. And we got that. Alright, so I give that 3 out of 5 stars. Alright, then we go to break. We come back. Frankie Kazarian, who has had some problems with Steve Macklin. They teamed up at Rebellion and didn't go so well. Then they had, I think, a match where Macklin beat the crap out of him. So anyway, and considering he's got his own problems these days, so he starts yelling at the ring announcer. I think it's some chick. I forget who it was. Yells at the ring announcer, and then he says, "I'm leaving the building." Ooh, the fans are like, "Yay, go leave, bye-bye." No, hey, goodbye. So as he's going to leave, he runs into Cody Deaner, who he's been having some problems with. As he's coming to the ring for a little kitty chat. So, Cody Deaner doesn't know what Kazarian's problem is, or was, but he has his own problem right now. So he calls out Jake something, because that feud has to continue, why not? And Jake something comes out, and then Cody Deaner says, "I deserved last week's attack and beat down." And he says, I think that's okay. I'm reading my notes wrong again, as I usually do. So he says something did it, and after, he turned on him years ago, so we're going to chalk it up to old family values. So anyway, Cody Deaner asks the fans if he and Jake something should shake hands, hug it out, put this thing to bed. And then the good hands come out, John Skyler and, I forget the other guy's name. They come out, and they don't really give two shits what the people want. Nobody cares about this whole entire thing. I don't even care either. But anyway, John Skyler then mocks Jake something's intelligence. Then a big brawl goes on between the good hands and Cody Deaner and Jake something. And then the good hands get cleared out, and Santino comes out and says, and does his best player Teddy Long impersonation. "We got a tag team match, player!" So that's it. We have it right now. Alright, so all that, I gave 3 out of 5 stars. And that's pretty much it. Alright, so we get to the match, which went 10 minutes. It was okay, nothing great. So the bell rings, and we go to break 10 seconds in. What is this, Raw? 10 seconds into the match, we go to a fucking commercial. Thank God they don't have Kevin Dunn doing that shit. But anyway, we come back after like 2 minutes. Cody Deaner hits Hotch, that's his name. Hotch and Skyler are the good hands, by the way. Cody Deaner hits Hotch in the face for a near fall. And it's John Skyler comes in off a blind tag. And then that draws in Jake something, which leaves Cody Deaner to get tied in the tree of whoa! And then the good hands are standing on him. Ow. Then a good old-fashioned Russian leg sweep gives Hotch a near fall. And then Cody Deaner gets the hot tag to Jake something. He cleans house. And then all 4 men are in the ring again. And then Cody Deaner sends John Skyler into Jake something, and they hit Into the Void. Great Black Sabbath song. Good finisher too. 1, 2, 3. So Cody Deaner and Jake something get the win over the good hands, and that's pretty much it. 2.5 out of 5 stars. After the match, Jake something with a code of honor. Okay. So he eventually shakes Cody Deaner's hand. So is this freaking rivalry done? Is this feud done? What is this? Is it done? Or is it mostly done? If you followed along with the Princess Bride, even though it's mostly dead. Let me move on. We'll see what happens next week on the program. That's pretty much it. Alright, moving on. Moving along. Alright, then we have the TNA Knockouts champion, Jordynne Grace, cutting a promo. Says last week's loss, I forgot who she lost to, is not on her when it was a non-title match, but now she wants a brand new opponent, and she will get that in a little bit. So I give that 2.25 out of 5 stars. And then we go to the System, who are not happy with who they have to face at against all odds. So Moose has to rally the troops like everything is fine, everything is peachy clean, and then say his name. Sing along with me, guys. Say his name, and he appears. I believe in Joe Hendry. I believe in Joe Hendry. Okay, so he comes in with a stare down with, I guess, Moose. Possible TNA Championship match coming up. And then Eddie Edwards says, I'll face you, Joe Hendry, next week on the program. Alright, so we got that. So, Joe Hendry, after his, boring as fuck feud with Top Flop Dollar and, Rich Swann, now he's looking to get that world title shot. And we'll see what happens with that. And we will move on with that. Alright, so 2.5 out of 5 stars for that. Then we go back to the ring with some wrestling action. Knockouts division. For the Knockouts title, Jordan Grace takes on her new opponent, Marty Bell. Remember her from the Hex and from the Dollhouse with Mia Yim's group? Well, Jade's group. We all remember that. I think we all do. Some of you do, some of you don't. Alright, so anyway. So, Marty Bell is going to be challenging Jordan Grace for the Knockouts title. But first, we have Ash by Elegance. Dana Brooke comes out. Well, actually, her lackey, George, what's his name? George the Iceman comes out. No, not Jeff the Iceman. That's my good buddy, Jeff the Iceman. Might want to copyright that there, Jeff. Might have to talk to you on Facebook about that. Might have to sue George the Iceman for your name. But I digress. Anyway, you might have a problem with a guy named Dean Malenko. That's the real Iceman, but I digress. Anyway, so George Iceman comes out and says that Dana Brooke isn't here due to injury last week after Xia Brookside knocked her the fuck out with her bedazzled brass knucks in that match last week. So we get that. But don't worry, everybody. I have Ash right here, and he brings in a mannequin that looks like Ash, like Dana Brooke. It looks terrible, by the way. Anyway, so that's that. So it looks like we're going to have a triple threat match. I was like, what is this? So anyway, we get the big match intros from the ring announcer. Jordan Grace then starts the match running Marty Bell over with a shoulder tackle. But Marty Bell manages to sweep the leg down your son. Hits a running kick to the titties for a near fall. Jordan Grace fights out of the corner, but gets dropped with a right hand to face for a 1 count. And then Marty hits the stroke. Ooh, Jerry might not like that. He drops Jordan with the stroke for a near fall. And then we see George Iceman is on the outside pouring some champagne, giving it to the mannequin. I was like, what is this? I'm like, this is stupid. Who wrote this shit? Anyway, but Jordan Grace shrugs that off, hits the Juggernaut, bitch! Juggernaut driver. 1, 2, 3 to attain the belt in under 4.5 minutes. Match was 2.25 out of 5 stars for that. And that's it. And then after the match, Allison Kay, Marty Bell's partner in the Hex in TNA and in NWA, former NWA Tag Team Women's Champions, she comes in, jumps Jordan Grace, hits her with the mannequin, and then they leave. Marty Bell and Allison Kay leave Jordan Grace laying, and I believe this was the match that Jordan Grace's part of her ear came off, almost not like Mick Foley style, but like a tiny piece came off. It was nasty. I was like, oof. And then I think it was like some jokes that she was gonna sell the torn earpiece on eBay on eBay, and she left a tweet or something like that. And she had to take that down. You don't say that, Jordan. Come on, you're smarter than that. I think it would be nasty for somebody to have that. But I digress. So that's that. So we'll see what happens with the Hex, Allison Kay and Marty Bell and Jordan Grace, and her messed up ear next week on the program. And that's pretty much it. Moving on. So 2.25 out of 5 stars for that. That's that. Alright, after that, we get a look at Kushida coughing up the black goo, the black ink from Jonathan Gresham last week. That was nasty. The referees are puking up blood. He's gonna puke! He's gonna puke! He's gonna puke! Okay, we got that. So we get a look at that. And then after that, we get Santino Marella calling the Octopus Jonathan Gresham to the ring. I think it was to the ring. And says that every referee will be wearing gloves and a mask going forward. Sounds ominous. So, we'll have to see what happens with that. So, it looks like Jonathan Gresham is kind of pulling a fiend almost. You know, remember when Randy Orton was puking up the black goo? And then eventually Alexa Bliss was starting to do it too. And then at WrestleMania, with that match between The Fiend and Randy Orton, which Randy Orton won, Alexa Bliss turned on The Fiend, and she was drenched with, I think, the barbed wire crown. She got drenched in black goo. It was nasty and disgusting looking. Ugh. So, yeah, this is kind of weird with the referees wearing gloves and a mask. It's like the pandemic all over again. But, it is what. So we'll see what happens with that next week. So just some weird stuff on Impact last night, and that's it. Alright, so I gave that 2.25 out of 5 stars. Alright, after that we go to more Knockouts action. We get one half of the TNA Knockouts Women's Tag Team Champions, part of Spitfire, Jody Threat, who has my girl Danny Luna and Lars Fredrickson from the Radicals at ringside. She takes on former TNA Knockouts champion and former TNA Knockouts Women's Tag Team Champion, Tasha Steelz, but the Puerto Rican princess. Oh, yes. Alright, so we get that. So we saw some grappling to start. Tasha chops her up like chopped liver against the ropes. She gets thrown down with a suplex. And then Jody hits her with some drop kicks and a pump kick, followed by a powerbomb. But instead of going for the cover, Jody starts yelling like a banshee, and, you know, Danny Luna's like, "Cover her, you idiot!" And same thing with Law's like, what is going on here? What's going on here? And that led to Tasha sending Jody Threat into the ring post. Ow! Then she hits the Gilmore Cutter! Bang! 1, 2, 3. Tasha Steelz pins one half of the Women's Tag Team Champions in under 5 minutes. And the match was okay. 2.25 out of 5 stars for that. And that's pretty much it. We move on. Alright. After that, we get Frankenstein, otherwise known as PCO. He starts yelling for Stephanie DeLander, and he holds up the Black Rose. I don't know what this whole thing is about. It's like the Bride of Frankenstein, Stephanie DeLander, and PCO. Something's weird is gonna happen, like a black wedding. No pun intended within this moment. So we're gonna see what happens with that. So we get that. All right. After that. All right. Well, my phone did that. But anyway, blah 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 blah. But in any case, after that, First Class come out, Flop Dollar and oh, not long, Mr. Rick Swan. They want a title shot, and they got something specific in mind. What could that be? I don't know. We move on with that. Alright. Then we go to our next match. Pretty long match here. This is a great match. Speedball Mike Bailey and Trent Seven, who won their match, and they had to fight for the said X Division title against all odds. So this was a great match between former X Division champion Mike Bailey and Trent Seven, part of Speedball Mountain. So they start striking it out at first. Mike Bailey snaps off the bouncing kicks of doom, sending Trent Seven to the apron, and it hits a springboard moonsault, taking out Trent Seven, followed by a missile drop kick back in the ring. Then they chop the crap out of each other, including some to the back. Ow! Which sets up Trent Seven grabbing a DDT and a swinging side slam for a near fall. Mike Bailey kicks him down, hits a running shooting star press for a near fall. And then Trent Seven grabs a powerbomb out of the corner, but misses a flippy dippity-doo, only to get his knees up to block a shooting star press. So basically a back and forth match. The start, very good. And then Mustafa Ali, the X-Division champion, comes out to watch the match to see who his next opponent might be for against all odds. So we go to break, we come back, Trent Seven misses the 7-star lariat, and then Mike Bailey tries a poison rana, but gets nothing. Well, he didn't get all of it. Then Mike Bailey takes Trent Seven up top, but gets brought back down with a super swinging slam. Nice. Then Trent Seven hits the 7-star lariat for a near fall, and Mustafa Ali's like this. You pussy. So we get that. And then Trent Seven knocks Mike Bailey to the outside, hits that suicide flippy dippity-doo, and they're both down. And then after that, Mike Bailey hits a running, goes for a running boot, hit Mustafa Ali by accident. Uh-oh. Though he's not too upset by that, which is kind of strange. But anyway, we move on. They chop it out again on the floor, and then they dive back in to stop the 10 count, the double count out. And then Mike Bailey hits another chop, but he starts like staggers away after a while. And then he kicks Trent Seven down, hits a moonsault knees for a near fall. And then the tornado kick connects, but then Trent Seven drops him anyway, so both men are down again. They go to the apron, Trent Seven hits another 7-star lariat, followed by the Birmingham Hammer, not the Burning Hammer, Birmingham Hammer from Birmingham, England. Or Birmingham, if you're from England, you know what that is. Then on the inside of the ring, Trent Seven hits a third 7-star lariat for a near fall, but then Mike Bailey reverses the X-Plex into a DDT. Then he hits the moonsault knees again on the apron this time, but then Mustafa Ali goes after Speedball Mike Bailey to cause a distraction. And then Champagne Singh, I don't even know what that is, of all people, crotches Mike Bailey on the top rope, and even though commentary says Trent Seven never saw that. And then Trent Seven hits second or third Birmingham Hammer. 1, 2, 3, he gets the win in 20 minutes. So he will face off against Mustafa Ali for the X Division title. And, Mike Bailey, you got screwed by some guy named Champagne Singh. And that's pretty much it. I think he's part of Mustafa Ali's group. So I could be wrong on that, but it is what it is. Alright, so once again, against all odds for the X Division title, we got Trent Seven and Mustafa Ali, which should be a pretty good match. Moose versus Matt Hardy for the TNA World title. And the Dolph Ziggler and his brother Ryan Nemeth will take on Brian Myers and Eddie Edwards for the TNA Tag Team belts. And that's pretty much it for that. And that is your main event of TNA Impact Wrestling. And I thought it was a pretty solid show. So I'm going to give it a solid 7 out of 10 stars. And that's pretty much it for that. Alright, so after that, let's quickly go to Ring of Honor Wrestling, episode number 65. And it was a pretty good show. We're still leading up to July with the next pay-per-view, Death Before Dishonor. So we got that. Alright, so we got, by the way, the next pay-per-views are after this weekend. June the 9th, NXT Battleground and the UFC Apex in Vegas. TNA Against All Odds, June 14th in Chicago, Illinois. And then the next night, that's Friday night, so that's going head-to-head with SmackDown and Rampage. and TNA all against All. That's gonna be an interesting Friday night. And then the next night, June the 15th, we got Clash at the Castle in Glasgow, Scotland. And then don't forget July, we got Death Before Dishonor. And then Money in the Bank, 4th of July weekend. I believe it's the 7th and the 8th, I believe. I could be wrong on those dates. But that's going to be in Toronto. And then we got NXT Heatwave the next night on that Sunday. So, lots of stuff coming your way this summer, my friends. And we will move on with that. Alright, so let's begin episode number 65. Even though my notes that, well, actually this is the wrong, these are the wrong notes I have. I don't know why I pulled these notes up. Alright, sorry about that, guys. I had the wrong notes. I had the notes from like 3 weeks ago, so I don't know why that happened. Alright, let me see if I can load up. Let's see. Maybe I had them up and I didn't look at the date. I looked at the date wrong. I don't know. Okay, let's see here. Let's go, Rangers. Okay. Alright. Let's see if I can get these notes up. Hopefully. Come on, let's go. You dumbass fucking computer. And of course, okay, here we go. Sorry for the delay. My computer is old as shit. We get that. Alright, so I'm just gonna run down the stuff that happened, and that's pretty much it. I'm just gonna abbreviate some little dots, you understand? Okay, so episode 65 of Ring of Honor TV for May 23rd. Alright, so we had Kyle Fletcher, the Ring of Honor World TV Champion. He defeats London Lightning in a proving ground match. The ever-popular London Lightning. He's been getting some time in Ring of Honor. Remember, the first time we saw him was against Roddy, and almost took him to the limit, and almost beat him. But I guess he got signed to Ring of Honor. Good job, Tony Khan. And that's pretty much it for that. JD Drake did a promo, and then say his name, and he appears. Well, not Joe Hendry this time. It's Anthony Henry. So Anthony Henry comes back after he got released, and now he's back in Ring of Honor to team up with JD Drake as the Workhorsemen, and they reunite, and they take on the Spanish Announce Project of Angelico and Serpentico, and they get the win over them. So we got that. And then the Native Beast, Nyla Rose, defeats a, jobber, Rhea Von Slasher. The Slasher! We got that. Alright, so we move on with that. Then we had the return of Jimmy Jacobs. We remember him from Ring of Honor lore. The legend Jimmy Jacobs. He takes on the big Jolly Green Giant from India, Satnam Singh. And Jimmy Jacobs got a ton of pyro. Why, I don't know. That rhymes. But anyway, Satnam Singh beats him with a choke bomb. That's it. Bing, bang, boom, good night. Don't care. Move on. Then we had Shane Taylor of Shane Taylor Promotions teaming up with Anthony. Don't wake me up before you a go-go. Don't leave him hanging like a yo-yo. But anyway, they defeat the team of Artemis Spencer and the ever-popular jobber himself, John Cruz. So that's it. Bing, bang, boom, good night. Don't care. Alright. Then we had a promo from Daddy Magic, Matt Maynard. Do you want to know what makes Daddy Magic's nipples hard? You can ask him on his podcast. He'll tell you. Maybe, maybe not. But we get that. And a bag of chips, and we move on. Alright. Alright, so after that, we have Daddy Magic. He takes on Mike Bennett, one half of the Ring of Honor Tag Team Champions, as Daddy Magic and Angelo Parker looked like they were about to go for the Ring of Honor Tag Team belts, but now that Angelo Parker knocked up Ruby Soho and then got married over the weekend, Daddy Magic's like, "Where's my partner?" So he gets mad at Parker. He's like, "Oh, it's like we should be fighting for the Ring of Honor Tag Team belts, but you had to sleep and knock up Ruby Soho, and your mind is elsewhere." Yeah, your mind was inside of Ruby Soho. Look what happened. Now she's pregnant. Focus! Anyway, so Daddy Magic takes on the man who punches people in the dick and gives him a pile driver, and that's Michael Kanellis Bennett, who has I'm Matt Taven at ringside. And if you don't like Matt Taven, you're a Melvin. And that's pretty much it. So, Daddy Magic had his ribs all taped up from previous beatdowns by, I think, Lance Archer and The Righteous. So, Daddy Magic, a little bit, not 100%, but he takes on Mike Bennett and beats him, which is shocking. He beat him. So, got that. So, maybe when Parker comes back from his honeymoon, probably giving Ruby Soho another kid. Who knows? But anyway, so we'll see what happens with 2.0 against the Kingdom. Probably might lead up to Death Before Dishonor, and we got that. All right, then the main event of Ring of Honor TV episode 65 was a trios match. We had take that back, a 8-man tag team match. We had Top Flight, Darius and Dante Martin with Action Andretti. So Top Flight Andretti and Lee Johnson, we haven't seen him in a while. They defeated the team of Garrison, Cole Carter, the Premier Athlete Tony Nese, and Ari Daivari, the Premier Athletes, with Smart Mike, Mark Sterling at ringside. So we got that. Wasn't a great match, but in the end, that's pretty much it for that. And that is it for my Ring of Honor TV thoughts. You understand? So I got that. So Ring of Honor, that's what it was. It was last night. So I'm going to give it an 6 out of 10 stars. So leave me your thoughts and opinions, what you guys thought of TNA Wrestling and Ring of Honor Wrestling last night. And that's pretty much it for that. So leave your thoughts and opinions down below in the comment section. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to this channel and my other channels. All the channels are down in the gobbledygook. And that's it. Leave a comment if you wish. You don't have to, but if you want to, you can do it. Don't leave stupid comments because you're going to get blocked. If you don't like it, too bad. Don't forget to share the video all over the internet. Follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram later tonight. And don't forget to tap that bell, turn on all notifications so you don't miss the next video. And that's pretty much it. Alright guys, I am out of here. I'm getting out of here. I'm going to the Garden to watch the Rangers Game 2. Hopefully, the Rangers will win. But still a little bit nervous from Wednesday night. Wednesday night, basically, they came out flat. They just got outbeat on Wednesday night. So they got to come out red hot, firing on all cylinders tonight. Because if not, it might be over. The honeymoon might be over. But we'll see what happens with that. Don't forget Game 3 on Sunday on ABC at 3 p.m. So that'll lead right into the Double or Nothing pre-show, 0 hour at 7, and then Double or Nothing at 8, and then don't forget the media scrum, if you're going to watch that. We'll see what happens with that. Alright guys, I am out of here. Let's go Rangers. I'll see you guys later tonight, maybe, for your SmackDown review, which we all know is taped, so, maybe later tonight, I'll do a SmackDown review, and then, depends how tired I am, but we'll see. And how my voice is by then, because I might have no voice by then, but that's it. But in any case, we'll see what happens later tonight. And then don't forget, tomorrow at 1 p.m., King and Queen of the Ring. I will do my review tomorrow night when I get back from Saturday night dinner. Collision will be on tomorrow night at 8. I'll be doing that review on Sunday, early Sunday afternoon. Then my Double or Nothing predictions. And then maybe late Sunday night, your Double or Nothing review, or that will come early on Monday. And then late Monday night, if I'm awake by then, or if I'm okay by then, we'll see. Your Monday night Raw review. And we'll see what happens with that. But please hit that bell so when those videos go up, you will be notified, hopefully, and you'll get to see those great videos. And that's pretty much it. Alright, I'm out of here. Thanks for watching, guys. And until next time, have a great Memorial Day weekend. Be safe, be well, stay sexy. And if you're not down with that, fuck you, man. That's it. Until next time, my friends. Peace, motherfucker!